Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. I don't really plan any videos really. I just kind of wake up in the morning, see what there is kind of to report on, and go from there. Many a time. Sometimes I have a little bit of an inkling the night before. But this morning, weirdly, I got up, and as of late, I've been obviously posting a bit of music on the shorts there, and I just clicked on this video randomly, a song by Avicii, the sort of dance guy, done levels. Wake Up is another one. I've posted that. Wake Up, Hey Brother. Plenty of songs from Avicii, or Avicii, however you want to say it. One of his most famous songs was Levels, which wasn't really, it didn't tell you anything. I don't think there was any lyrics to the song. But levels, as many people will tell you, there is levels to the truth. So it still has a connection in some way. Levels. So Avicii, I'm sure everybody kind of knows who I mean, the dance producer. He died very young, and his death, I've never looked into his death to be honest, but I found this video. I mean, this video is 10 years old. Here we have a guy hanging from a noose with pedophilia possibly written on his back here. Again, could look at the hair as an example, grey sort of hair. Could this be Epstein hanging from a noose, paedophile on the back, you ask? So this is in an Avicii song, which I wasn't aware of, to be honest. I wasn't aware of this song. I just played it randomly, and the entire video is kind of just about trafficking people or children and kind of thing, and in effect killing all the people that were trafficking people. And the video's called For a Better Day by Avicii. I will play the video. I don't know if I'll get the music in, copyright the video. If you want to go and watch it for yourself, Avicii, For a Better Day. So, where this is kind of going is we've got a song here from Avicii that Avicii died in 2018, April 20th, 2018, at the age of 28. His death was later confirmed to be a suicide. So, authorities in he was in Oman, conducted two separate post-mortems immediately after his death. I mean, Oman, authorities can be bribed easily, I would imagine. Post-mortems immediately following his death while he was on holiday, finding no evidence of foul play. Cause of death? While specific details were not publicly released to respect privacy. Oh, right. The circumstances in his family's statement indicated a suicide. So, let's just say his family weren't there. It's happened in Oman, and they've been told it's a suicide, and really that's the best you can. Family statement. In a statement, his family mentioned he really struggled with thoughts about meaning, life, happiness. He could not go any longer. He wanted to find peace. So here's another case of, I mean, I don't believe that either. Here's another case of one of these multi-millionaires topping themselves, right? But there's with this video alone, Avicii has told you something here. This video is quite old, you know what I mean? It's 10 years old, 105 million views. It's got a few views. Avicii was a big man. He clearly knew the truth. Again, the song Wake Up. We've got Hey Brother here. Broken Arrows. I mean, all his songs are to do with the crack, to do with waking up. Again, the song Wake Up. So Avicii very much knew the crack. He knew the truth. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I've seen this video, and when I see the people know the truth and then they die suspiciously. You've got to start asking questions here because another one is, bear with me. Virginia Guiffre murdered. Again, this woman was supposed to have committed suicide. She knew a lot about Prince Andrew and a lot of other people that she hadn't spoken of yet. She jumped a lot on Prince Andrew, but she knew a lot of other people that she'd kept in the back burner. She had a book coming out. She had received £12 million off the Queen of England and money off Epstein and off Ghislaine Maxwell. And yeah, suddenly kills herself. And I know she went through a lot with everything that she went through. But yet again, very, very suspicious. Again, people knowing the truth and dying very soon. I mean, another one as well. Boom. Eyes Wide Shut. No, is it? No, where we go? Where we at? Where we at? I was on it. I was on it. Eyes Wide Shut here. Stanley Kubrick died before the film was released. The film's clearly telling you about an upper echelon satanic network. I mean, anybody who hasn't seen this film, I would recommend you go and watch it. And Eyes Wide Shut, Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, pretty much tells you the crack. Again, it's more a documentary now than it is a film. Stanley Kubrick died before the film was released. At least up to half an hour of the film was cut out of the film before release. That's never been seen. Never been seen. A lot of the people that worked on the film and knew what the missing sections were. Stanley Kubrick was very detailed. I mean, I would recommend. There's many videos people on like this one I've got here. This is the channel The Occult Observer. Many channels that go through Eyes Wide Shut and tell you what's going on, really, for the people who don't know the symbolism. Again, a lot of it's been cut out. Again, Stanley Kubrick was probably murdered for making this film, and there's good evidence for that as well, to be honest. Again, a lot of people have died who made the film with him. There's videos on that as well. I'll maybe cover that and get a bit more into the whole Eyes Wide Shut thing as well. But I'll cover a little bit of it in this video. I'll play a little bit of this because this guy's wondering if the main guy, not Tom Cruise, is trying to possibly represent Epstein. And then I seen this and the guy hanging. Now, does anybody else think that could probably look like Epstein from behind hanging, or is it just me? So, Avicii telling us the crack in this video, which I will show you, dead. Samantha Guthrie knew a lot of stuff about a lot of people, and the woman's dead. Stanley Kubrick made a film about the upper echelons and what really goes on, and the man is dead. So, I'm seeing a bit of a pattern here, a bit of a pattern indeed. So, it's kind of like these people, again, and this isn't far-fetched at all. These people are topping people because they know too much, in effect, would be a way of putting it. And not even knowing too much. They're in an attempt trying to tell you too much is the major factor here. They are trying to tell you too much. So, again, Virginia Guthrie, no longer with us. Stanley Kubrick, no longer with us. And Avicii, no longer with us. And all three telling you about upper echelon paedophile satanic sex trafficking network. Again, honest to God, does that look like Jeffrey Epstein hanging from behind, or does that look like Jeffrey Epstein hanging from behind? And what's in the whole music video as well? Remember, this is a music video, but it's called For a Better Day, because where we're living right now is hell on earth, to be honest, with everything that's going on and who the fuck's in charge here. So, where to begin here? Do we begin with Avicii? Or yeah, I think we will. I think we'll begin with Avicii. So I'll just have to put the video back to the start. This is right at the end. This is the guy hanging. So let's go back. Uh, nice bit of piano there. He liked his piano, Avicii, and he was good at it. He was damn good at it. So when the guy died, I thought he was a bit suspicious. And the beauty of it was, up until I read this about Avicii's death being a suicide, I've always kind of thought and heard on the grapevine he had a heart attack. I heard he had a heart attack, and I kind of thought, well, he took loads of drugs probably and went partying all the time. So maybe he did have a heart attack at 28, but still, he could have. It's still, but it was before COVID, so he kind of had the COVID vaccine to give him a heart attack 2 years before COVID. So I heard he had a heart attack, but apparently no, he's committed suicide at 28, being a multi-millionaire and top DJ in the world and being able to go to parties and oh, he's not happy about that. No, he's depressed. Yeah, I find it very suspicious. I find it very suspicious, but I didn't up until I seen this video. I knew he was. I knew Avicii knew the crack. We'd wake up and hear brother, etc. All these songs, just go and listen to them. I knew he knew the crack, but he maybe went too far with what he's telling you in this video. And yeah, the rumor was he had a heart attack, but apparently he committed suicide. Now I don't really believe that, to be honest. Again, he was on cloud nine, for fuck's sake. He was a top world class producer and DJ. Yeah, and the thing is as well, this is again whether his family even said this. He really struggled with thoughts about the meaning, life, and happiness. Well, he really didn't, because he knew the crack, he knew the truth. That's what all his songs are about. Wake up and addicted to you and here, brother, right? He knew the truth, and in the truth, there is, well, there isn't any suicide because well, you know the truth about God, about Jesus or Yeshua, about everything that we've discovered. You know all this, right? So apparently you don't kill yourself because killing yourself's kind of against God. That kind of gets you sent to hell, apparently, killing yourself. You've wasted the life you were given. So I don't believe for a second a man who thoroughly knew the truth, and he clearly did with this video and all of his other songs. This man knew the truth, fully knew the truth. There's no way he killed himself. Absolutely no way on earth. No way. Honestly, I just don't, right away after I've only kind of decided this here and now on this video, having been faced with his video, the fact that it wasn't a heart attack, he apparently killed himself. But then the explanation here is it does not wash. Now that will wash to the zombies. But I think we found the meaning of life. Do you know what I mean? We found that. We found the meaning of life. We know why we're here. We know what we're doing. We know what's going on and possibly what's going to happen in the very near future. Happiness, yeah, I mean that's few and far between in the kingdom of shit that we're currently in. But the kingdom of shit will end and the kingdom of non-shit will begin, and happiness will be abundant at that point, you know what I mean? So, you just got to wait it out. That's kind of the crack here. That's what we're doing. So, and Avicii was well aware of that. So, I don't believe for a second that man killed himself. I don't believe Virginia killed herself either. I really don't. And I don't believe Stanley Kubrick just managed to accidentally drop dead right before this film was fucking released as well. No way, no way. And this is only 3 people, by the way. You know what I mean? Like, I can go pick you another fucking 100 where this kind of cracks happened. I mean, add Kurt Cobain in, you know what I mean? Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, now coming out, he didn't shoot himself with a shotgun, which everybody knew for fucking 20 odd years, anybody with a brain. So Kurt Cobain as well, dodgy. Again, knew the crack, Kurt Cobain, smells like Teen Spirit, come as you are. Never mind, the name of the album, never mind. We've tried, but never mind. So, yeah, let's get back to Avicii. Yeah, so this video, I'm gonna mute it because just to not play the music. As YouTube no likey, I'll just talk over the top of it. So here we see a meeting in a very discreet, abandoned area with lots of men standing outside of a wagon. Here comes look possibly rich men. Here's a rich man turning up, opening the wagon. Lots of people again, various people, rich people possibly. Here's a guard. So it's kind of depicting rich people in a way, all meeting in a field. And we have here, if you can just see on the left there, people are within the wagon. Children. I think there maybe is adults there. I don't know, but there is at least a couple of children. So now we cut to children running away from this man in a field. So, yeah, here we have children running away from a man, trying to capture them in a field. Could be like a more third world country, could be Ukraine or somewhere like that. Again, kind of looks like Ukraine in the background here, war torn and third world, the bloc kind of crack. Again, the war in Ukraine, people have mentioned this, is a lot of children being going missing. So they've broke into this guy's house. Remember, this is a music video here as well. A music video called For a Better Day. I'm just going to pause it here. Yeah, a music video called For a Better Day. And somebody is having the living daylights beaten out of them here. They're about to be branded here with, this is what says paedophile. On the back of the guy at the end, he hasn't been got yet. They're going to systematically go through many people here and brand them all and beat them all up. And again, yeah, so this is a video, a music video called For a Better Day, and you're currently watching somebody get the living daylights beaten out of them, and they're going to be branded. Because what this is in effect is, this is later down the line from the initial scenes, and this is two of the girls who were trafficked when they were younger as children, and now they are taking revenge on the elite cabal paedophiles who have been exposed in the Epstein files, many of them. It's a very high cabal, with many more people in that are mentioned in the Epstein files. Again, a lot of people have been removed. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of emails to do with Prince Andrew, to be honest, for how much of a good friend he was, how much time they spent together. So I think a lot of them haven't been released. What's going on with Andrew in the emails, trying to keep Andrew a little bit more innocent than he anywhere near is. But yeah, where's all the emails from Andrew? Because they were best friends. So anyway, music video called For a Better Day, where people are getting the living daylights beat out of them here and branded with the word paedophile. Yeah, and again, this Avicii is telling you here, again, he keeps looking at this crowbar. Again, somebody's getting the number. Here we go. This guy's getting a real, oh, that was on the head. So he could be dead there after being branded. He's possibly even been murdered in the music video. The kids make it to the end of here. This guy is distraught, probably because his bosses. He'll be in a lot of trouble because the kids have got away here. They're about to jump off the cliff. There we go. The kids have got away. He's thoroughly upset because his masters, the paymasters, the Epsteins, etc., the Donald Trumps, the Mandelsons, the Prince Andrews will all be real upset that ultimately the kids got away. So here we see the board again. The kids are away, which could be the two kids that are currently seeking revenge in the video here, the two kids that got away. So they make him play Russian roulette with himself. He's a goner as well. So we see this entire board of people involved in this network, and systematically they've took every single one of them out. Oh, the only man left is the head honcho here. Again, it doesn't look a massive amount like Epstein, but this is the guy hanging at the end, I believe. That does look like Epstein from behind. He possibly has grey hair. I think it's black and white at the minute. So yeah, For a Better Day, Avicii, and again, a video where people are systematically going through killing everybody, because they were taking revenge. for being trafficked in a paedophile satanic. It doesn't mention the satanic here so much, to be honest, but one thing at a time, I suppose. So we've got very much a lot of that in Eyes Wide Shut. So, yeah, again, systematically go and get all these people, eventually get the final guy sitting in his office smoking a cigar. I'm not quite sure if it is alluding to Epstein specifically. Again, the other side of it is Epstein isn't the top of this pile. It could mean someone higher up in public life, a Rothschild. It could be Prince. I mean, I don't think it's Prince Andrew, but you know what I mean. It's alluding to sort of a big boss guy who's in public life here. So he's sitting smoking his cigar, happy as Larry here. They come in, kidnap him, and then take him to. There we are, branding him again, paedophile or predator, or I'm sure it says paedophile, but or pedo. Take him to the top of the roof. Here's the two children. This isn't obviously. I don't. They aren't really there. I believe the two children are the people throwing them off the building. It's just kind of a representation of this is what you've done, and now you're going to pay for it, mate. Now he realises these are the two children that got away, possibly. That's a memory, all the memory of these children being trafficked and hidden. Noose round the neck, kick him off the building, dead. So, again, and this is a flashback now to what originally happened, and these two kids being picked by this rich man out of this wagon. Here we go. Sorry for the images there. Yeah, picked out of the wagon. These are the selected two children that the guy wanted. They get put in the boot of the car. Money will have changed hands, probably, as we know. And yeah, again, that they're put in the car. These are the children that were trafficked, that managed to escape, that ultimately went to seek revenge on all of these people that are stood outside. Again, people in the van being trafficked, kids being put in the boot of the car, and then shot to end of the video. The main guy hanging with, I'm sure it says pedophilia or something like that. It's definitely pedo there. And F just maybe spelt wrong. I can't really tell. It's that I can't see what these two letters are. It looks like IA. So, and then the guy hanging at the end of the video. So within that video, as I've mentioned, you've pretty much been told the crack there. The elite paedophile network ring, smuggling people, kids, yeah, and it's called For a Better Day. And it's two people who had been trafficked and taking revenge on the entire cabal and murdering every single one of them and branding them. Now, you've been told a lot in that video right there. 10 years ago, remember, this isn't a new video. Avicii is dead. He's been dead now for 8 years. God rest his soul. Especially if he was taken from us for knowing too much, which is very much a possibility if looking at this video. 10 years old, so 10 years ago, Epstein files come out when? What, 3-4 weeks ago now? And here is a video from Avicii pretty much telling you the entire crack in the video. And again, For a Better Day, we've got Hey Brother, we've got Broken Arrow. Oh, most of Avicii's songs, if you know what you're listening for, tell you the crack. So I find that very suspicious, absolutely massively suspicious. Apparently it was a suicide, again, another one of these rich people living on cloud nine here, killing themselves. And again, the meaning of life. Well, we know the meaning of life. We know why we're here. We know what we're doing. That's kind of the mission here. Figure out what the fuck's going on. And we've kind of done that. We've kind of done that, as Avicii did as well, and possibly paid for it with his life. So, that's Avicii anyway. Let's move on to a bit of Eyes Wide Shut here. The Occult Observer, as I've mentioned, many channels will tell you the crack with Eyes Wide Shut, and I would recommend go and listen to them, to be honest. Very good stuff. Just on the right here, I noticed the terrifying true story behind the Rothschild surrealist ball. Right, well, that's kind of what happens in Eyes Wide Shut. Happened at the Rothschild surrealist ball is kind of the crack. These parties do happen. They just keep them real quiet, and you're not allowed phones or anything at all in here. This is absolute pain of death. You will be murdered for either attempting to tell anybody about these parties or trying to turn on the global elites here. So, as many people have found out. So, yeah, these parties do happen. Again, Stanley Kubrick was trying to tell you what really goes on in the world, and again, probably paid for it with his life. So this is the thing, people try to warn people what the fuck's going on and literally get murdered for it. And these people, the zombies, remain stupid. And people lose their lives. So thank God we're near the end of this game, to be honest, because it's a very fucking sick game, to be honest. But even though we know, like Avicii, I know the depths and the depravities, and I've known for a long time, and there's no angle of killing yourself here. Do you know what I mean? There's no angle of that. I mean, Epstein didn't kill himself either. So basically, they lie to you when people are still alive. They're people. They tell you they've killed themselves. And when our people try and tell you the crack, they kill them and then tell you that they killed themselves. That's kind of what happens. So we have two examples in this video of Avicii and Virginia Guthrie. Yeah, so Eyes Wide. Let's go with Guthrie, actually. We'll go with this. Was she murdered? I would say she was, to be honest. I have no evidence in the world, but there's more to it. She was in a car crash before this, and yeah, I think she's definitely been murdered, but we'll have a quick watch of this.
Guiffre came out and said all this about Andrew. Are there others who have directly implicated him? Victims?
Yes, I mean, there's a stripper that's come forward now saying that she was trafficked to him at Royal Lodge. I mean, there are a whole series of people I've
wait and see if these people end up dead as well.
Talked to who were trafficked to him. I think what's interesting is, we hear nothing more from people like Victoria Harvey, who were on the airwaves saying the picture was fake, etc. Well, it's now been shown that the picture wasn't fake, and Ghislaine Maxwell has confirmed that in correspondence that's been released.
Yeah, I mean, all these people are lying. I mean, every single one of them, everybody involved is lying about it. Again, fucking Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, you name it, everybody involved will lie about it. We have to fucking, well, take that into consideration, you know what I mean? They're all going to lie.
So, I think there's a lot of egg on various people's faces, and I think they should be ashamed. I mean, these people were paid to denigrate this victim, who then eventually committed suicide.
There was a very strange thing that happened with Virginia Giuffre, because she had this car accident or something, which already raised suspicions, and she said she's not long for this world.
Yeah, right. She had a car accident. Now, I don't know if anybody remembers, but Princess Diana died in a car accident, and she actually told the world before she died in a car accident that she was going to die in a car accident because these motherfuckers were going to kill her, because Princess Diana knew too much as well. But a lot too much. She even said about the Queen wasn't human, she was evil and all this. Believe me, that Diana knew a lot. And ultimately, the royal family protects itself beyond. I mean, look at Andrew. Andrew's been protected the full way. He will face no jail time of any kind. He got bailed out by his mother. His mother didn't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like, everybody, people who like the royals do my fucking head in, to be honest, because they're all fucking wankers. Every single last one of them is fucking wankers who don't give two single fucks about you, me, or us, the peasants. They're all wankers, from fucking William to fucking Harry. Every single one of them, they can all fuck right off. They're not nice people. They've never been nice people. They'll never be nice people. And yeah, this woman was probably murdered, and Princess Diana was probably murdered. I mean, they've murdered many other people, to be honest, as well. I mean, I don't know if anybody ever remembered there was once somebody half naked climbing out of a window of the royal palace many, many moons ago. This was probably somebody who'd been trafficked trying to fucking escape. They were climbing out of the window of Buckingham, like it was a high window as well. They were climbing out the fucking window. They were probably trying to get away from what the fuck was going on in that palace. I'll see if I can find it. Bear with us. Right. I typed in naked man climbs out of palace window, but what I got was young boy escapes Buckingham Palace from window by bed sheet. Right. This is what happened. I don't know if anyone remembers this. Yeah, he made a fucking rope. He'd made a rope out of bed sheets, right? And he's climbing out the fucking window. Look, it's that highest window in the building. Climbing out the fucking window. Why do you think this is happening exactly? You know what I mean? Look at this. Look. He might even be fucking naked. Like he's naked. He's definitely he's fucking naked as well. Why would you be climbing out of the top of the palace's window with a fucking rope made of bed sheets, naked exactly here? It says young boy. I'm not sure of the age. He doesn't look that young to me, but I could be wrong. But I don't know. He is a male, and he isn't old, but he isn't. He doesn't look young from. But again, we're looking at distance here, but I couldn't possibly tell. But I mean, look at the. Think of the implications of this. Really, the reality of it. We have a man climbing out of the palace, Buckingham Palace, where the fucking Queen lives, right? Climbing out of the top window on a fucking rope made of bed sheets. Now, what the hell does that mean exactly with what we know now? With everything that we know, think of the implications of this. But anyway, that happened. If anybody doesn't remember, there was a man or a boy climbing out of the fucking palace window with a rope made of bed sheets. Now, what do you think he was trying to escape here? Come on here, let's have a fucking. Let's get some brains. Let's get some brains onto the fucking subject here, onto the situation. Let's have a good think about this. There's a man or a boy climbing out of Buckingham Palace window on a rope made of bed sheets, trying, obviously, logic would assume, to escape the palace and to escape what's going on in the palace. Right, so, again, I mean, the public are fucking stupid out there. They really are. You are stupid. If you're listening to this and you do not have a fucking single inkling what's going on in this world, you are fucking stupid. So, yeah, that happened. So he was trying to escape. God knows what happened to this person or who he was. God knows where he is today. Probably dead, to be honest, because he knew too much and he wasn't happy about it. And he was trying to get out of there. The biggest problem he's got is when he gets to the bottom, he's faced with a load of police that work for the fucking royal family. So just because you got to the bottom, mate, doesn't mean you're getting out. You won't get out the gates. You'll be hushed back into the palace, especially because you're naked. It'll all be hushed up, which it was. And everyone will forget about it. But yeah, unfortunately for this man, he did not escape getting down here. He'll have just bumped into the police, who'll have pushed him back into the palace, and everything will have been hush hush. And that's why most people have never heard of it. So, Virginia, back to Virginia here. Definitely murdered for me, honestly. There's no questions asked. She was in a fucking car crash right before she was fucking murdered. The car crash didn't work. They fucked it up, so they went again. Is pretty much what happened, to be honest. Yeah, how fucking much bad luck's that? She's in a car crash, then killed herself. No fucking chance here. She was in a car crash. They fucked the car crash up and didn't manage to murder her, so they went fucking again and murdered her. Hold on.
She was told she was dying, but then it turned out her injuries were not so bad. But then a few days later, she did die, apparently by suicide. It's one of the strangest things. You couldn't make that up. Do you have any idea what happened?
Well, there's very little information about her suicide. Maybe for the respect for her parents, for her family.
And that's what they said about Avicii as well. You know what I mean? We're seeing a pattern here. Killed themselves. But they're not just randomly like people killing themselves. Avicii's made a fucking very detailed video here about fucking paedophiles and sex trafficking networks and trying to murder all of them for revenge. Whether Avicii was fucking trafficked, I don't know. Whether he's trying to tell us that, I'm not sure. But yeah. Avicii's made this video and clearly knows the crack. And then apparently kills himself suspiciously with no crack because it was in Omen. And then exactly the same crack here. Again, that's absolutely no way for me either of these two people fucking killed themselves. Have both been murdered because they're trying to blow the lid. They're trying to blow the lid on everything that the Epstein files is producing, and believe me, as I've mentioned before, you haven't got the majority of this. I mean, where's all the emails from Andrew? Andrew, his best mate? Should be thousands and thousands of emails from Andrew. But all that's been kept out of the public because it'll completely damn Andrew beyond all fucking everything ever. And you kind of have to do something about it, but he's a royal and nobody can and won't. So it just makes everything look a bigger shit show than it already does, to be honest. So there's a lot more to come in them files, and all the worst stuff is in them files that we haven't seen yet. All the worst stuff.
But her father thinks that she was murdered. She had a book coming out.
All right. So her own father wasn't there. Thinks she was murdered. Her own father. She has a book, or she had. Let's hopefully see that book still come out. She had a book coming out exposing what was going on in the Epstein files in more detail, possibly naming more people other than Andrew. And now the woman's dead. So, again, absolutely no questions asked for me. She was murdered, absolutely murdered, for what she knew, for what she was going to expose. And she's been silenced because these people run the world and they've been murdering people within this paedophile trafficking network for decades. Murdering a couple more people is not a problem. Not a problem at all. So, again, I maintain that they killed Princess Diana as well. They killed her in a tunnel in Paris. And if you look into that, it's pretty obvious they did, to be honest. If you listen to all the facts of everything that happened on that night, all of the facts, it's pretty obvious she was murdered. So, Princess Diana murdered, Avicii murdered, Samantha fuck knows, this laddie climbing out the fucking palace window, probably murdered. Virginia Guthrie, murdered. Got a video here, won't play it, but if you want to go and watch it. 5 years old, it is an AI. It's a repost as well, so it's older than 5 years old. But this video is 5 years old. Epstein employee exposes all that happened. It's read out by an AI because this was taken off 4chan. But if you want to go and listen to it on the channel Emma, 1,600 subscribers, 24 minutes long, tells you everything that happened on the Epstein Islands, pretty much 5 years before we got the Epstein files. So I think it has a bit of credibility, to be honest, because it pretty much tells you the crack of everything that goes on long before we ever got told what was going on. And maybe somebody did try to expose what was happening. Again, employees, they do have employees that work for them, and they're all lazy rich bastards. They need servants and guards, etc., who are members of the public and get paid a lot of money to shut the fuck up. But some people have consciences as well. That's another side of it. Some people believe in a God and a heaven and a hell and maybe want to get there, and some of the things they've done haven't been the best here, so repenting and telling people and saying you're sorry is sometimes a good way to try and claw it back slightly. So yeah, that's the video on Emma, the channel, 4chan, Epstein employee exposes all that happened. If you want to go and have a listen to that, I won't play it. Eyes Wide Shut. So yeah, I would recommend watching this film, but then I would recommend listening to quite a lot of people online tell you what's going on in this film and all the symbolism. Even this here, this is the devil horns, as you can see here. And yeah, stuff like this, symbolism everywhere in the film, little things. Stanley Kubrick was meticulous, absolutely meticulous with all of his sets. even in The Shining and things like that. Absolutely meticulous. So it's very, very good information and interesting for me as well. Anyway, what listening to people that will pick through Eyes Wide Shut, much like we did IPEC Go 2 there. Again, a lot of symbolism in Eyes Wide Shut in the background, in things that you don't necessarily notice. You know what I mean. So, yeah, but again, I'll play a little bit here of this guy, good channel, The Occult Observer, but hundreds of channels have picked through this film. Again, it's more a documentary than a film, to be honest. Again, I maintain Stanley Kubrick was murdered for making this film. And it was released before, it was 30 minutes, possibly more, was released, sorry, deleted, before it was released after his death. So, and let's just have a listen to this a second.
Come in. Bill, I appreciate you coming. Sure.
No, he just gives me Epstein vibes, because Epstein was also fond of wearing light blue shirts, and he just reminds me of him. Like, it's the hairy forearms, it's the gray, slightly curly hair, and of course he lives in a townhouse mansion, has a six-ring, traveling. There's so many similarities. And then 5 years after this movie, or 6 years after, 2005, Epstein was arrested because of his pyramid scheme in Miami. By the way, notice here that we have a red pool table. It's quite rare, they're usually green, right? Notice how he kind of knocks the balls twice into the pool table. Reminds me very much of the Red Cloak knocking his staff twice into the red carpeted inner sanctum of the mansion. I don't think he's the Red Cloak, but I could see him maybe perhaps having like a priestly function in the suicide in this.
Yeah, the Red Cloak, again, that's you never actually find out in the film who the Red Cloak is, but bear with me a second. But some people think it's the name Rothschild, again, the Rothschilds, the banking family. Rothschild translates from German as Red Shield. Red Shield is what Rothschild means. So some people think, again, the red is kind of representing the Rothschilds as well, kind of the elite, the head of the table, so to speak. And the red, again, red shield, red cloak. Some people believe it to mean that, and again, who the Rothschilds are and their power. And again, being in the Epstein files, Epstein was kind of working for the Rothschilds. But some people believe it to be the guy at the pool table who this guy thinks could be a possible Epstein. So it's a dual thing. I mean, I think it probably is the guy, the Epstein guy, and that he mentions there at the pool table. But again, the whole red and Rothschild means red. Roth means red in German. So yeah, is it alluding to the Rothschilds as well? People think in sort of the symbolism. So yeah, because the Rothschilds, as we say here, the terrifying true story behind the Rothschild surrealist ball. The Rothschilds actually held one of these balls, you know what I mean, publicly, but they do it very privately the majority of the time. But there wasn't one that's kind of been known about. So yeah, that could be a connection. Is the red for Rothschild, Red Shield, and yeah, but these parties happen and sacrifices happen, and it's the occult. And yeah, there's even a guy playing the piano. He's got a blindfold on. Yep, like certain people, you're not allowed to see what goes on. Again, I'd massively recommend watching Eyes Wide Shut if you haven't seen it, and listening to people who do the commentary like this, who try and explain to you what's happening in the scenes, etc. So I'll play a bit more, but yeah, is the guy Epstein, and again wearing the shirt that Epstein often wore. So I don't know. Actually, I won't play any more of it. You can come and watch the video for yourself if you want. It's very sort of detailed and in depth. In depth is the word I'm looking for. So yeah, the occult parties that go on as well. Yeah, I think that again, then Stanley Kubrick, another man who tried to tell you what was going on, and ended up dead not long afterwards. I think there's all three for me. I'm going with all three: Stanley Kubrick, Guthrie and Avicii probably were all murdered for trying to tell you the truth. I'll leave it there anyway. So I passed that video this morning of Avicii, and I've never seen it before, and I thought, Jesus Christ, the entire video is telling you the crack it. And Avicii's dead. Is that a coincidence? You know what I mean? So I'll leave it there anyway. Peace.